Show starts in 8 minutes. Yum, yum. It's time for a tasty and refreshing snack. To satisfy your hunger, your thirst,
hello, one person.
your sweet tooth. So
Chris,
our
good to see you.
now. Let's go.
Let's go.
Show starts in 7 minutes.
Pepsi's got the winning taste. Pepsi pours it on. Ba-ba-ba-da-da. Good morning, everyone. It's great to see all of you here. It's refreshment time, folks. The other's cold, Pepsi pours it on.
Yum, yum. It's a meal in itself. Our all-meat super dog. Enjoy one now. Show starts in 6 minutes.
As everyone knows, rainbows usually have a treasure at the end. Let's follow this one and see if we can find the pot of gold.
Then I suppose you've come to claim me treasure.
Well, we'd like to see the gold first.
Ethan, there's better than gold in here, me lad. No, just look here, now.
Candy, refreshing soft drinks, popcorn, ice cream. Well, that's some treasure, but anyone can buy luscious treats like these at the snack bar.
You don't tell me. Do you suppose you could get me a job as a snack bar attendant?
Show starts in 5 minutes.
We're happy to have you with us this evening and want you to enjoy every minute of your stay.
Every single minute of your stay, which is going to be, I don't know, about an hour probably today.
Cold drinks, delicious sandwiches, ice cream,
Mmm.
coffee and snacks,
Mmm.
and many other pleasing treats. Our foods are fresh and tasty. Our drinks satisfying and refreshing. They're so good.
They're so
You
good.
get more out of life when you go out to a movie.
Once you're allowed.
It's in 4 minutes.
Someday we'll be allowed to go back to the movie.
And treat yourself to some delicious Castleberry's pit-cooked barbecue sandwiches. Cook the Castleberry way, slowly over open pits of glowing charcoal. Then season with a sauce that's zesty, yet delightfully mild to please the entire family. Also at the snack bar, you'll find popcorn and soft drinks and candy and French fries to go with your Castleberry's barbecue sandwiches. There's plenty of time before the movie starts.
This is the meat part right here.
Right now, for Castleberry's
The fries.
cooked barbecue sandwiches.
The meat right here. All of it. Mmm. Castleberry's pit cooked barbecue.
Time to come and be served at the refreshment center.
Mmm. That's good enough. Let's start the show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Paint by Monster with me, your host, Easel Monster. Everyone, I am having the technical difficulties of not being able to show up on camera today, but who cares about that? Let's get right into the drawing. I have been thinking an awful lot these days about being at my house because I'm at my house, and so are you. So today, I have an idea of something that I want to draw, so that's what we're going to do today. You can come on camera, Mr. Ink Bottle. There you go. I think before I ink anything, I think maybe I will draw this out. So, hello, all of you who are watching. And by the way, someone told me yesterday that one of the, I'm going to put a mark down here where, because I've not taped this off, everyone. I'm just sort of figuring out what the boundaries are. Hello, everyone who's watching. The boundaries of where my drawing is going to go, and then I'll have stagehand come on here and put some boundaries around my area, and then let's do some drawing first, and then I'll have, I want this. So, staying at your house, what that looks like. We're all doing that. We have days and days staying in our homes. It's not horrible. I sort of like being at home, really. I am drawing a bonsai tree, boys and girls. A bonsai. Bonsai. Now, they've shown up in movies occasionally. You see them as decorations sometimes also, but here, it's one of those art forms that I love to know about, because the truth is that it doesn't mean a particular type of tree. Bonsai comes from, it's two Japanese words put together. Bon is spelled like this, and bon means, bone equals a pot or a container. It's something for a plant to live in. Bone. Okay? Bone. And then the other part of the word is sai, and that's the planting. Hang on, let's do this. Bone is the pot, and sai is the plant. The thing that's growing inside of the container. Okay? So, once we put a tree inside of this pot, okay, and we have to put dirt around it, and its roots are going to grow inside of this, and all of this is science, like the Japanese and other cultures, the Indian culture, has figured out for a long time. If you plant a tree inside of a little pot like this, it will miniaturize. Most trees will miniaturize, and so that's what it is. A bonsai is a tree, any kind of tree really. Some trees do it better than others, but it's a tree inside of a pot. That's what a bonsai is. It's not a particular kind of a tree. It's not a species of tree or a variety of tree or anything like that. And there are rules about how all of the bonsai trees are supposed to look. There's the formal upright, the informal upright, well, I'm not going into it. There's usually a counting of branches, and there's a whole. Now, the pot's going to sort of go off here, off page. But I am going to give this enough lip here. Don't give me any of your lip. I'm going to give it enough of a lip that you'll know it's in a pot. Okay? I'm going to turn that eye a little bit. I'm going to cheat this back edge so that you know it's in a pot. And you can have some little moss and little rocks and stuff growing around here. And we'll ink this in a minute. Okay? And then I want to do something right down. Let's make this foliage. The other thing is, to be a successful bonsai, it sort of has to be in some kind of a rough triangular shape. Okay? It has a spreading canopy of something, and air holes here and there make the whole illusion really cool. But regardless of that, you don't believe it or not, there are bonsai trees in the National Arboretum that are 1,000 years old. One of the things I like about the art form of bonsai is it's an art form that you can't complete in your own lifetime. You have to train somebody else how to care for the plant inside of the pot, and you have to pass it along to somebody else. So here's I've been thinking. I want on the edge of the pot, I think I would like a little mouse sitting here, and I think he's going to read a book in his lap. And we'll see the spine. We'll see some of the spine that he's reading, the book. Because I want to talk about something else here, too. Boys and girls, I've had just another technical issue come. see any of your comments anymore either. That's all going away from me, but that's all right. I don't. You know, someone told me yesterday one of the things. Oh, there it's back again. So I can't figure it out. What's going on? I don't know. All right. I think maybe he's a little more into it than that. I think maybe he's. Yeah, that's better. All right. Okay. And I think maybe we'll make him. Yeah, that's nicer. That's nicer. Okay, we can figure this out as we ink it. Okay, so this is a mouse sitting on the side of a bonsai pot, and there's going to be a bonsai tree, and this is obviously going to be on somebody's porch or a stair step or something like that. You know, to be in frame, it really should be kind of there. Go like this. Yeah, that's not horrible. Nah, that's all right. This is going to be concrete. This can be yard and green and whatever out here. This could also be sky, which is nice. An indication of a second bonsai back here. Not a bad. This mouse is going to be reading his book right there. Hi, everybody who's with me today. I'm drawing a bonsai tree. That's a tree inside of a pot of any kind. Maple trees, you can do this with. A lot of pine trees you can do this with. They miniaturize. Kind of cool. Anyway, so I'm going to bring my ink down here and let's ink this. Oh, you know what? It's also nice when we're together. My goodness, we've been here for 10 minutes now and I haven't even turned on any music. Let me turn some music on. Thank you, Krista D'Souza, who says, I love this. Thank you. I do too. It's fun. I'm having the technical difficulty that today I'm just not going to be able to visit with you face to face, and all of us are going to need to be okay with that, which I'm sure we all are. If you are watching Paint by Monster, and those of you who are here are, you know all of the things that happen. I'm going to ink this here in just a second. Let me get some music on because I picked out some music that I thought would be really, really good for, hang on. There we go. Not this. Look at this. Here, let's listen to coffee, jazz. Everybody, here's this. It's live. Here's some. Oh, goodness. My goodness, those guys were rocking the house. Yeah, that's nice. All right, let's get back to the drawing of the mouse sitting on the edge of a bonsai pot. Right. I think this is going to be some... Will it have leaves? I don't know. Nah, sorry. Let's do the mouse first. It's going to be fun anyway. I think maybe this. One of the reasons I really love drawing mice is because it drives Penny nuts, my giant cat. Yeah, all right, that can say mouse. So, staying at home inside of your house. We're all doing that. I've been thinking about a mouse house. You know, sometimes I hear them scritching in the walls. I don't know if you hear that. I do sometimes. If you're joining us, you're watching Paint by Monster with me, your host, Easel Monster, every day at 11 o'clock. I draw you a little picture, tell you a little story, talk about some stuff. Let me turn this music down a little bit. All right. Now, I'm going to run the risk of hurting some of your feelings because one of the things I want to talk about today, and I put this in the description of the video, is the poison of cleverness. Now, because one of the things that we get to talk about here a little bit is, if you can see the spine of the book, what book is the mouse reading? Now, I want to say this. It's really important to me. A lot of people, when you're starting out being creative, you're going to come up with things that are associated with mice, like, Oh, how about Of Mice and Men? Or Little Women? Or, that's not bad, Little Women's not bad. There's all kinds of things that this book could be. However, be careful of the clever answers, because that's where a lot of people go. And it's not a good place to go for your creativity. Pick something that the mouse would read, like what's his story? I happen to know that this mouse is location scouting for a house he means to build himself, and that he's reading a book on electrical wiring because he's going to do the building of the house. So, that's what it actually is. But I'm telling you, most people would go, oh, he's reading Of Mice and Men, or he's reading of Little Women, or he's reading something about a mouse. I'm telling you, boys and girls, that's the answer that everybody's going to come up with. Don't do that. Think deeper about it than that. Gosh, Easel Monster, you're so mean. I know. But you know why? Because I want to see good work. Now, because I'm using black today, I'm going to let black play a pretty significant part of how this whole thing comes off. Just give it some little touches with the brush here and there. This is a Winsor Newton 202 Sable Synthetic Watercolor Brush. I've had it for probably longer than you have been alive. I wash it out carefully. Do you know how old Winsor Newton is as a company? Wow, they're old. I want a patch of black right here as this. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. And, yeah. All right, that's great. Focus, webcam, focus. There you go. All right. So, I think this is something from maybe the pine family. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. And I want a big shape of black here as a tree. And we can put some top in here. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. And like I said, it's just has to be roughly triangular. The shape of all bonsai, just roughly. We can suggest triangular. I'm going to go off the page here. Yeah, I thought about stacking lumber over here, actually. Daniel Lake says, hope that mouse doesn't see his tree as a supply of lumber. No, I think he's going to build his house under this tree. It could have been bigger, but that's all right. Shut up, you. It's a mouse reading a story, or a book, a how-to book. DIY mouse. Cleverness, boys and girls. Cleverness is an enemy of creativity. Be careful of cleverness. I'm putting in some branches. I like how trees, I like what trees are, actually. Everyone does, don't they? Yeah. Hello, everyone who's watching. Nice to see all of you on this lovely Tuesday. I'm going to turn the music back up a little bit. There we go. Bonsai. It's a little life inside a container, and you have to tend to it. In fact, the guys who do this really well say that you have to learn to, you have to wire a lot, you have to plant a lot, you have to prune a lot, and you have to kill a lot before you get good at bonsai. Because now I'm going to make some little lines over here that will give some indication of a root structure, because that's another part of this, and some dirt. There we go. And I'm just meandering with my brush, boys and girls. And it's okay for some of your lines to sort of break the the side. It helps break up the line. It keeps the picture that the viewer has more interesting. So I'm breaking that up. Also, there's probably some shadow right there. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Now, let's give him a lip to sit on, and he's going to get a tail at some point. Maybe there's some little moss, little things, plants somebody's found to get growing in their bonsai pot. I have no idea what you have planned with your day. Come on, focus, camera, focus. This is why this robot's going to get fired. Part of the technical difficulty I was having today was getting all of the robots to talk together, and the new camera robot to replace this one above me, well, it did not want to connect, so who cares? This is our visit. Someone told me that what they loved about Paint by Monster that they weren't expecting to was that they were talking to everybody while they were with me. We're all having a little visit. Some people are sewing or making. There's all kinds of creative things happening, and all of the Paint by Monster, all of you who are here, I think you guys are probably the creative cream of the crop. So thanks for being here with me. Yeah, that's coming. Okay, so, and a little bit of this over here, and it's just going to have to come from here. And that sky hole will be right there, which is fine with me. And I think maybe some of this, and I think maybe I want this all black right in here. That's, oh, I'm off camera. What do you know about that? Nothing. Some of this too. Yeah, okay. Some black. Let's connect that black too. That'll be a sky hole right there. This is just India ink and a little watercolor brush. And I'm just sort of dancing along the surface of the paper with my brush. Just filling little parts of it in with black, because a lot of this I want to be black. I want black to be represented in this. And then I'll come back in and marry that black with some color as we watercolor this. That'll happen later on. Now, bonsai have to live in soil. Let's make a distinguishing between dirt and soil. Soil has life in it. Dirt has no life in it. So, soil has active biology, little tiny microorganisms inside of the soil, and bonsai needs some of this. All trees need some of this. Here's what's interesting. The closer you get to the equator, the more trees need this. They need live parts in what they feed on. The more we get up toward the pine trees of up north, trees no longer need organic. The only organic things they need in the soil decomposing are their own needles, which is really interesting, I think. So this is going to be, yeah, okay. So this, yeah, I like all of that that's happening, because what's happening? You don't know. It's just sort of there. Now, yeah, okay. I believe that, kind of. And a little shadow will be on this side, I think. We'll give him this. Maybe it's a concrete. No, it wouldn't be a concrete pot. Ceramic, not concrete. Plants don't like to live in concrete, boys and girls. It's a mouse reading a book on a bonsai tree. He's reading a book on electrical wiring. Gonna bring his family to live in a house that he built himself underneath the bonsai tree. Somebody's getting crazy outside. All right. Sure. Let's, I wish we could visit together face to face today, boys and girls, but we just can't. I have had a significant problem, and I think maybe this is going to be dark down here too. Maybe I'd like to break up this edge with some indication of dirt along this line here. Yeah. Yes. Oh, I'm so much happier with having done that. My goodness. All right, enough. Maybe a few of these. You know, individual little leaf kind of things. So visual shorthand. That's all that this is. Oh, this is a good place to do one of this. Rhythms that repeat. What are some of those? You're looking for them. That's enough. Let's let it dry and then we'll watercolor it, all right? I'm especially, thank you, stagehand, for capping that up. I'm dangerous with ink, as all of you know. I spilled that ink that one time. I think maybe he needs a little bit more right there. Yeah, that's what's wrong. All right. And you know what's really nice? All right, maybe we'll do this. Now it looks like he's thinking to himself. Just that little tiny moment of finger. Ugh, yeah, that's really nice. All right, another pot back here. Yeah, all right, that's good enough. That's so nice. All right. You know we have to wait for this to dry, so we're going to have to talk about stuff. Let's see. Bonsai Mouse. A house. I thought we could maybe talk about what a house as metaphor. What's a metaphor? Well, it's a figure of speech that it's not really true literally. Something that can represent something else. And, that's why we come to talk about art. Art means to show you a representation of something. It's something that can represent or mean something else. A comparison can be made between the two things because of the similarities of the two things. So, a metaphor of house. One of the metaphors of house is your body. Sometimes you'll hear people refer to a body as a house. So, I've been thinking about people being in their houses and all the things that mean house. Like, well, you come up with your own. So, thanks for coming by to visit with me today. I think this is almost dry. I'm going to turn the music back up and then we'll get this all erased. There we go. Hello, everyone who's watching. I used to have an eraser up here. Is it this? No, that's not the eraser. Is it this? No. Is it some of those? No. not this. It's not, there it is. Hey, I bet my internet just choked. I was giving it things that it's not. That's all right. Get these things off here. I found it. And now the music's back on. Sometimes there are the other reason I've been thinking about houses because in the very near future, boys and girls, I'm going to show you my house. I'm going to show you where I live. Not today. So, I am going to hurry and get this all, I don't know, I might be doing this too soon, boys and girls. If you're erasing on your paper, be careful. And really, I suppose you could say the things that you want to be careful to erase are the bits you want to make sure are white. So the rest of it, who cares? Leave it. You don't have to get all the pencil marks off. Oh, see there? That's exactly what I meant. If you wait long enough, you won't smear your ink. But if you don't wait, boys and girls, we destroy things with our impatience. That's right. So, hey, nice. Okay. Christy D'Souza says there's a rule about rushing art, I think. Thank you, Christy. There is indeed. Close enough. I don't even care if some of those little pencil marks live back there. I don't think you're even going to see them. That's nice. Oh, focus. Focus, camera. Focus, camera. If I can get it to work, tomorrow's visit is going to have that camera figured out. Let me tell you. I want some more. Oh, I can bring this over here and show you what I'm doing. I want to put in some background tone. So, I want some, it's a sort of overcast here today, so I'm aiming for something that's sort of overcast. But I also think I sort of like to keep it more on the cool side. And that looks okay to me. Okay. Maybe it's not quite, a little warmer. All right, that's maybe, it's not quite gray, but that's all right. Yeah, okay. La 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 la. And the cocktail waitress will be around in just a few moments with your drink orders, ladies and gentlemen. Please remember your wait staff as you are here with us this evening at Paint by Monster, watching this lovely mouse reading a book in front of a bonsai tree as we take this trip into experimental bossa nova jazz and talk about creativity and the poison of cleverness. One of the things I think that is poisonous about cleverness is, at first, I think cleverness is one of those things that at first you sort of admire it because it just means being smart. Yeah, it does mean being smart, but at some point, cleverness sort of turns into needing people to like it. And boys and girls, it's so deadly poisonous in terms of how entertaining you are. It's so needy. That's why I don't like Jim Carrey. I just find him so needy into the camera. It's embarrassing how needy he needs you to like him. That's the way I feel anyway. And we're just being honest with each other, aren't we? I am. If you're coming here, I'm going to tell you what I think. That's what I think. Boys and girls, don't be clever. Be honest. And then, all kinds of things open up. That's my rant on cleverness. This has been your captain speaking. The temperature here today at Paint by Monster is in the high 60s, low 70s. We'll be cruising at a particular altitude today. I'll tell you what that is later on. We're drawing a mouse, reading a book. I happen to know he's reading a book on electrical wiring. So, that's nice. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. I can live with all of that. I want some brown in here for the dirt of this other pot. I like this. By the way, all the things that I paint every day on Paint by Monster, you can go to the PBM website at paintbymonster.com and you can watch these episodes on the front page. You can also, I want sort of a terracotta. I want you to know visually that this thing back here is a little pot. So I'm going to make this bold decision right now, and I'm going to go here like this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, right there. Okay. And this can't be that. This has to be that. And it's okay to paint over that. We can darken that down later. Yeah, okay. We could make this one up front here related to that, but I don't think so. I think a really nice color, I don't want that, I want this. Now it's all just coloring stuff in. You can make the choices you make for this mouse house. Or as he thinks about his mouse house. That's what I think he's doing. I think this mouse is sitting here reading a book on electrical wiring, planning what he's going to build in his home, where his children will sleep, where his wife will do her business, whatever her business is. Today is laundry day at my house, the Paint by Monster house, so what does that mean? Well, it means I'm wearing clothes that come out on laundry day. That's what it means. Shut up. Yeah. Yeah. I want him to sort of be white-bellied, I like animals with a furry white belly. It's nice. It's got that gray snout. I think mice actually are beautiful little creatures. I just don't want them living at the same place that I live. My favorite author said he was not bothered by the mice living in his house. So, okay. I am, though. And let me tell you something, boys and girls. Penny the Giant Cat is lethal. Just absolutely lethal. I have watched him... Boys and girls, let me ask you a question. Here's the question. How would you like it if somebody played with you to death? I have seen Penny the Giant Cat play with creatures to death. And oh, that poor mouse. He's not going to get back to his family today. Yeah, that's nice. Isn't it? I think that's just lovely. Come on. Little mouse sitting there on the edge of that pot. All right, and I think, all right, get rid of this. Get rid of that pink in there. I think that a really nice color for this pot down here would be, I'm gonna aim for blue because it's so obviously a planting. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's good. Okay. And so this over here should be a little lighter with this right here. Yeah, okay. But this down here, we're going back to dark again because this is the under part right here. Yeah, okay. So, bonsai can be, you can buy a bonsai. They get the branches into the shapes that the people who do bonsai, you get the branches into the shapes that you want by the use of wire. Big heavy gauge. Usually it's an annealed copper wire. It bends really easily so that you can position and bend into shape the branches. And then usually after a year you have to clip that wire off because it will scar the branches underneath. But you know, these things don't, most times they don't grow in that way. You have to train them to grow that way. The shapes, as beautiful as they are, it's art. All right. And this, I don't know why all the robots keep cutting out today, but I don't care. You know, let's listen to something else. I'm getting sort of tired of this. How about we listen to let's see. I'm gonna look up how about this? Klezmer public domain. Hang on. Can you see this if I go over here? Thank you, all of you. I love all of you who are watching right now. I hope that you are making something fun. Christy said she was sewing the other day. Public domain. Oh, domain. Public domain. Klezmer music. Boys and girls, let's listen to some klezmer music for a little while we are here together today, shall we? How long? Here, these people won't mind if we listen to some of their music. I don't know these people. So here we go. Klezmer. Boys and girls, this is what this sounds like. If it'll ever play. I better get some. It's going to have to be white back in here, I think. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. And right along that edge right there. Great. All right, overhead shot. There we go. I'm going to change that. Maybe with some gouache. Watercolor does not like to cover up black ink, boys and girls. All right, I can live with all of that. That's nice. Yep. There's going to be some celebrating when this mouse gets that house done. What's that going to sound like? It might sound like klezmer music. Doesn't that sound happy? Yep. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Mouse house. Who knew the mouse was Jewish? I had no idea. Well, great. All right, let's get in here. They like that note a little more than I did just then. All right. I'm just trying to make some little things happen, you understand? Yes, that was exciting and fun.
Por ejemplo, como te puedo, dentro de los pueblecitos era una ciudad. Había dos cines, siempre había circos, había un teatro, había dos estaciones de ferrocarril, había muy pocas calles empedradas, casi la mayoría del barrio era impresionante. En la parte céntrica de la ciudad estaban todos los negocios, todos en manos de los judíos. Había una iglesia sola, pero había como 20 judíos.
Do you know what he just now said? he told the other guy about a horrible accident in his family where mice bit off all of the things that held their house together. It was a story about mice just there. It was horrible. Oh, but he won the girl in the end, so it was all okay. Whew. Man. I think maybe as it gets back here toward the back, it should be a little darker. Yeah, that's nice. I'm just slopping some color down, making some things happen. You understand. But I want to get rid of all those little white bits. Those have to go. Yeah, that's nice. I think that's nice. What's happening? Sometimes when we're together, boys and girls, it's just me drawing and the music, and that has to be okay too. I'm sure it is. Many of you, thank you, by the way, to all of you who have said over the past days of going live here, and all of you visiting with me, how it's fun to have me on while you are doing your creative things, and I just love that. I love to be that for this group of creative people who have shown up to visit with Paint by Monster for a while. Thanks. It's fun. I'm having a good time. I hope you are too. All right, soil and dirt. Difference. Life and no life. If there's life in it, it's soil. If there's no life in it, you can describe it as dirt. You have to feed these things. You have to repot these depending on the variety of tree that they are. You have to wind up repotting a bonsai about every 2 or 3 years. Some of them, if in giant pots, can go for 5 years. You can take a virtual tour at the National Arboretum of the bonsai collection that was given to America after World War II. The National Arboretum has these bones. No, a little more orangey than that. Come on. Thank you. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. It was a mouse who was reading a book about how to build a house on a flower pot that had a tree inside of it. He was a mouse. Chris Jr. says he loves the music. Thank you, Chris. I do too. This is klezmer music. If you want to find these people afterward, because I am, as always, pirating this music, I am not allowed to broadcast this. However, I am above the law. That's how it is. This is Herencia klezmer. I got to hear by looking at klezmer public domain. So, boom. Mouse. Reading a book. You know, I think maybe I'm going to need to switch brushes here in a moment because, boys and girls, that brush is out of water. However, today I have made a determination that I am not going to run out. So, pick up another brush, and here we go. I'm using watercolor, but the truth is, if you're drawing, there's paint available to you. I like these little watercolor brushes because, no, not that. I like these because you can just sort of pick them up and go. Yeah, some little spots here, and that's what I'm after. I want some little darks. Yes, yes. It sort of almost sounds like Whistle a Happy Tune. It's nice. Oh, whenever I feel afraid, I whistle a happy tune. It sounds a lot like this very tune. All right, boys and girls, I am coming down to the end of this one, I think. I'm going to finish up this little book, and I think maybe I'm going to call this a good visit for this time. Now, there's no tape on here to be taken off. And, oh, you know what? Let's give some little things back here happening, and maybe we should put some little decks of flecks of green on this soil. Thanks for being with me today. I love all of you. As weird as that sounds, I love that you're here. It's so fun to go live every day, here for a little bit and visit with all of you, to paint something with you, draw something with you, to share this being at home with you. Yeah, that's nice on the inside there, I think. And because of that, maybe we'll go in here to that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, oh, I believe that. Okay, so, you know what, boys and girls? We are going to call this one finished. This has been Bonsai Mouse. Thanks all of you for showing up. And I'll get my technical difficulties solved for tomorrow. And tomorrow you will see me, okay? So that's it. Have a great time for today. I love all of you. Thanks for showing up. See you later. Bye ya.